Money guaranteed. I usually don't start that way, but the person I have now, he actually makes most money by not losing the money. And I think that's what a lot of you guys know. What you have to do. My name is Yousuf. For the people who know me, I only have two people who I recommend on my channel. Martin Garden Crypto, he's one of them. I've been in crypto since 2016. I've seen so many people come and go, people just dumping the money on you. And during the recession, they're gone. I've only seen one person posting content consistently more during the bear market than the bull market. And that made me a lot of money. And if you listen to this guy, you would have made that too. Now we're in the second recession. So I can tell you 100% guaranteed. I almost never say that you will make money by not losing money or having more money. My guest here is Martin Garden. He's a fellow Dutchie, the birthplace of capitalism. I'm going to ask him a lot of interesting questions, and you're going to enjoy that. Martin.
Yes.
Martin, tell me, where do you live? And tell for the people a little bit of your own introduction and how you actually got into crypto.
Yeah, sure. Okay, so I've been living in the Netherlands since birth, so forever. I don't really say where I live specifically because, you can become a target if you do what I'm doing. Anyway, I have been in crypto since 2017. And before that, I've always been a pretty nerdy kid. So I was always on the internet. So when, Windows 95, Windows 98, that era, I started creating websites. I was really young. So I'm 31 years old right now. I think I was like, 6, 7, 8 or something. So I was really invested in the internet. And crypto is an internet thing, but we'll get into that. So I think it was like 2010 or 2011 or something, maybe a bit later, that somebody came up to me and they said like, yo, man, you can buy this Bitcoin thing. So you can purchase like items in RuneScape and stuff. And I was like, huh? What are you talking about? So he sent me a little website. I remember it was like a blank page with like one little thing that you could do, and that was buy Bitcoin. And for like €5, so $5, whatever, $6 or something, you would have like an insane amount of Bitcoin. So if I would have done that instead of buying like Coke and donuts that day, then I would have been crazy rich because of that. So yeah, I was confronted with crypto at a pretty young age, to be honest. I think I was like 19 or 20 back then. And then I just did my studies. I didn't buy any, so I just went on with life. I was like, yeah, whatever. Sounds scammy to me. And then all of a sudden I saw it go to like $100, and I was like, still seems a bit sus to me. So I did make a Bittrex account in like 2014, I think, and I had like Trump coin and other coins, and it was like a weird era when there was only Bitcoin, Litecoin, Dogecoin. It was like the beginning. And then I quit again, and then I got an email, and they said like, yo, if you don't log in again, we will remove these coin listings, so your coins will be gone. And I was like, whatever, I don't care. And then I looked back at that. If I would have held on to those coins, oh my God, like that would be insane. But anyway, in 2017 or something, another friend called me, and he was like, yo, you got to get into this crypto stuff. So that was like the third time that I was confronted with crypto. And I was like, really? Crypto is still a thing? And then I looked at the Bitcoin chart, and it was like $1,000. And I was like, oh my Lord, it is just going up and up and up. So I did some research and, looked up the development of Bitcoin and all that stuff. And I was like, yeah, let's just buy it. So I had like $4,000 saved because I was flipping video games. I was always doing that. Like I was buying video games and just flip it, like on the Dutch eBay, just buy it cheap, flip it. So I had like $4,000, put that all into crypto, and I bought Bitcoin at like $1,000. And that was the year that it all went to 21,000, etc. But I was also like ping-ponging altcoins, and it was just not that hard for me. I've done sociology and psychology on university here in the Netherlands, and you have to study a lot of statistics, and you have to do charting and all that sort of stuff. So that wasn't really new to me, and technical analysis came pretty easily to me. And with sociology, you know a lot about the macro economy, about markets, about why society has money and all that stuff. And, you know, it just clicked. Like everything kind of came together, like my nerdy past, my studies, and my entrepreneurial spirit, I guess. And I've always been making music, and I just wanted time and money to like make music at an older age. So I was really motivated by that as well. And that is how I started trading. Yeah.
That's an amazing story. And as you can hear yourself, or maybe some people can hear it, you are smarter than most of us. So we need to keep it very simplistic.
I'm sorry.
Because I have seen your videos and they are very detailed, but most people will not look your videos because they are probably not new, but they have only heard of altcoins, for example.
Yeah.
Funny enough, I found an altcoin before Bitcoin. Most people start with Bitcoin. I've heard about this e-gulden, a Dutch thing.
Yeah.
Which is also now zero. It's nothing worth anymore.
Oh, really?
And that was actually very interesting to me because now you see Bitcoin and you see Ethereum and then you see altcoins. It's almost like a tree dividing. What do you think of that development, actually? Why don't we just have Bitcoin? Why don't we just have Bitcoin and Ethereum? Why do we have 1,000 coins? Do we need all that?
Okay, so crypto is kind of like an infrastructure, right? So you have like Web 2.0 and Web 3.0, and crypto is aiming to like become Web 3.0. Okay, so Bitcoin, I hear an echo. Is that you?
Nope.
Oh, okay. Anyway, Bitcoin started out as like internet money, right? So there was the recession in 2008 with the credit crisis, housing crisis. And there were some developers, Satoshi Nakamoto. We all know the story. Nobody really knows who those people are, who it is. Bitcoin was developed to like, how do you say that? To be like a safe haven for another crisis. So if there would be another crisis, then you would have like some sort of alternative for your dollars, like as money. The whole idea was internet money. As time went on, the narrative went to like digital gold. So now everybody thinks Bitcoin is like digital gold, sure. But Bitcoin is just that. Just read the Bitcoin white paper and you know what it is, okay? Then Ethereum came, and Vitalik, the creator of Ethereum, he had some ideas before Ethereum was a thing. He wanted to work on Bitcoin, and he wanted to like put smart contracts on Bitcoin. But, you know, crypto revolves around consensus. So the Bitcoin team was like, yeah, we're not going to do that. So he just decided to create his own coin. So Ethereum is just another vision of Bitcoin with smart contracts. And it's also different than Bitcoin because on Ethereum, you can build decentralized apps with Python and stuff. So with the computer languages, the coding languages. So there were a lot of opportunities that you could like do with Ethereum that you couldn't do with Bitcoin. But because of all of those apps, is Ethereum money? Is it gold? What is it? It's like a lot. So Ethereum can do a lot. You can build on top of Ethereum. So you can build like Facebook, for example, on top of Ethereum. And then you can cut out Mark Zuckerberg, the middleman, right? You can just post content on there. I can like it. You earn money. So that is something you can do with smart contracts and stuff. Those dApps, so those decentralized apps, sometimes you can trade on them or you can invest there, and they have to fetch the price from somewhere. So if Ethereum is like $1,900, that the app has to know that it's $1,900. That's where Chainlink comes in, for example. So Chainlink is an oracle, and it fetches the prices from other places so the dApp knows what's up. So those are 3 coins already, right? So Bitcoin, Internet Gold, Ethereum is money as well, but you can build dApps on there. It's a platform. Chainlink is needed to like fetch the right prices for that platform. And they have Cardano, which is like an Ethereum competitor. They want to just be more user-friendly. You have Ripple that is just like specific for bank transactions and stuff. You have stuff like Polygon, which is a layer on top of Ethereum. So you call that a layer 2 solution to like scale it up and to like it's kind of it's not really a side chain, but it's just you just put traffic on Polygon and then Ethereum will get less clogged up and stuff. So every coin, so that's my point. Every coin has like its own use case, and if a coin doesn't have a use case, such as I don't know, Will Smith Inu coin, that is probably a scam. So yeah, every coin is necessary in my opinion, but some are just useless.
Let me tell you from my perspective.
Yeah.
If there's this coin, for the people who don't know or watch it way later in the future, all these Ethereum competitors like Luna, it was too big to fail. And it also had a vision. There were people, even lunatics and all that stuff. They called themselves like a cult. And in one day, $200 billion got wiped off the planet. Yeah. If that can happen with a coin like Luna, which is almost too big to fail, why doesn't it? Why cannot other coins fail? You know, I mean, what if the Cardano developer? What if what's his name again? I forgot. Hodgkinson. What if he gets
Charles Hodgkinson? Yeah.
And what if Vitalik says something weird, or what if he gets under the bus? And I know there are a lot of developers and stuff like that, but this is the reason why there are people who are maximalists, what they say. Yeah. They say Bitcoin is actually more than enough, because technically you can make smart contracts on Bitcoin, maybe through a different solution.
Oh, that's already there. It's called stacks, by the way.
Exactly. And blockchain is also already there. IBM and Microsoft are already doing that. However, you don't need a weird token on it.
No.
So that's why I'm like, what is the argument against Bitcoin maximalism? Because you can do smart contracts. Bitcoin doesn't have any face, and Bitcoin has something like a token. You don't need a token for VeChain, for example, even though it's a good coin. But other than Bitcoin, Ethereum, and Chainlink, do we need all these coins? Or actually, do we even need anything else than Bitcoin? Maybe like Ethereum? What is your vision on it?
Okay, so first of all of crypto is speculative, right? Like people tend to forget that. They tend to forget that Bitcoin was like $0 12 years ago. It can go to zero tomorrow. Like speculative means that the value that we give the coin, that's the value. So it doesn't really have any underlying value yet, right? So if you buy Apple stock, for example, you know that there's a company out there actually providing value with Apple phones and iPods and you know, whatever, iPods, boomer talk, lol. But you know what I mean? So there's a lot of value there, like legit value. Bitcoin still has to prove itself. So it's kind of like it's mainstream now, but that doesn't mean that it can't go to zero again. It can die. Because we are investing in the idea that crypto can be a part of society later on. But what if that's not the case? If that's not the case, then crypto will just go away, and it will be all of those problems with like third parties being fraudulent and whatever, and Mark Zuckerberg getting rich of your content, for example. The stuff you post on Instagram is not yours anymore. All of those problems can also be solved in another way. It doesn't have to be with the blockchain. But people don't want to hear this. But they should know, because if you have a close eye on the market and you know that it's going to zero, for example, you can just short all of your crypto. And people really need to know how to do that, because if it gets banned, I don't think it will, but if it gets banned, for example, if Bitcoin becomes illegal or whatever, it will go to $0, right? And there's kind of like a recession already. Like we're in a crisis right now, in a financial crisis. So it would not surprise me if Bitcoin goes down to like $10,000 in the next few months or something. That would not surprise me at all. And it has to go well with the macro economy in general for speculative markets like crypto to go up again as well. So if all stocks now will go down, if house prices go down, like real estate goes down, if everything goes down, I don't think crypto is going to go up during that. Like, if you are a Bitcoin maximalist, then your theory would be, okay, stocks are going down, real estate's going down, so everybody is trying to go into Bitcoin to like hedge against the system and inflation and stocks, but it's just not what I've seen in the crypto market. So what I've seen in crypto is that it's like heavily correlated to stocks, assets, oil, even the tech stocks as well. It's heavily correlated. So I think it will just go down. So it can go to zero for sure. If you have, like, your other question about the tokens and why do you need a coin and stuff, well, if it works, if you have a protocol on Ethereum, for example, yeah, you kind of need a token, but that token can be used for like governance or voting power, or it can also be a dividend or a share. So tokens, they all have like different use cases, and some just are useless and some are just really necessary. So that's like a big conversation right there. Can't get into every token right now, but a lot of them are useful. And yeah, coins. So Ethereum is a coin; it's not a token. But all tokens on Ethereum, you know, if you like build a coin on Ethereum, it's a token. So, and Bitcoin is a coin as well. Obviously, it's not called Bit token, but you have to. There's a little difference between a coin and a token, but it's not that necessary to. To zoom in on that, I think. But anyway, to answer your question, I think coins and tokens are necessary to like run an infrastructure, which is fine, but some are just bad. Yeah.
True. And there's one coin on the market which is a little bit weird because you probably don't see it on the exchanges. You don't see it on CoinGecko, CoinMarketCap. It's Hex.
We're talking about Hex.
What can you talk about that? Because if I listen to, I forgot his name, Richard or something like that?
Richard Hart.
He is very charming, very intelligent, and he almost convinces me, even without me knowing that. But you've done your research. Can you talk a little bit about Hex? What is that actually?
Okay. So Richard Hart, okay. So let me just tell you what my opinion of him is. I think he is a con artist, like 100%. Like, he's a narcissist, in my opinion. Like, I'm not saying it's fact or anything, but I think that's the case. But bear with me here, because I don't think that's a bad thing in his position. But anyway, that guy used to do spam and all other sorts of stuff under different names in different countries with 1,000 passports. Like, that, the dude is smart. He's really smart. He knows what's up. And he just doesn't really give a lot of, fucks. He just doesn't. Like, he's like, okay, I'm going to get rich. I'm going to get these billions. You guys are idiots. People are idiots. Let's create coins. If Bitcoin can go to like 60K, then why can't Hex? So he just created a coin out of nothing, to be honest. It's just a really simple code. The only thing you can do with Hex is you can stake it. It's just a random coin. It has really good pumponomics, like you have the burning mechanisms. You have to like stake it to get a nice return. There's kind of like a cult vibe around it. So you get punished if you sell your Hex, or if you unstake your Hex, you get punished. So you don't get all of your coins back, or a lot of the rewards will be burnt. They're gone. But what's the use case of Hex? Like, it doesn't really do anything. But then Richard Hart says, yeah, but Bitcoin also doesn't really do anything. And I'm like, yeah, okay, fair enough, right? So I kind of get his whole perspective, and I went in on Hex in the beginning. So I bought Hex in the beginning, and it went up, and that was fantastic. I was staking it as well, but I did treat it like a scam. So I think you can make money off of scams, and I don't necessarily think that's a bad thing, because the scam is going to run anyway, and you can use your money for like good stuff again, right? That's my opinion. Like, some people say stay away from scams and whatever, but there's a lot of money to be made there in crypto. and it's just weird. I mean, Shiba Inu is also at like place 12 or something, ranked 12. And it's not a really use. It started as a meme coin. It was just a joke, right? And it's like in the top 20. It's just a weird space because it's so speculative. Hex is not on CoinGecko and CoinMarketCap because those professional companies like CoinGecko and CoinMarketCap, they kind of know it's a scam. So it doesn't really matter that the market cap of Hex is high or the volume is high, because you can kind of manipulate that. Because, you know, you have to stake everything. There's only pumponomics there, so the market cap is going to be huge, right? It's not really it's not a real organic market. It's just some rules made up by Richard Hart. You have to believe in him. He's your cult leader. He makes you think all other cryptos are trash, and he flexes with his Louis Vuittons and his partying and chilling. It's like, dude, you are obviously getting Ponzi'd over here. Like it's obvious, right? And he has the origin address, and nobody knows who owns that address. It's him, obviously. Obviously, it's him. You can't prove it, but obviously, it's him. If you look at his interviews, he's like, "Oh, I don't know. I don't know whose address that is. I don't know." And then it's like, "Is it yours?" Could be. But then he just looks at you like, "You're dumb. I'm smart. Of course it's mine. Screw you." Like, he has that Cartman energy, right? Like, screw you. And if you are ruthless, if you are kind of like, if you have a little bit of psychopathy or sociopathy in your core, you can kind of do Richard Hart, Andrew Tate stuff without a conscience and just get hella rich and just don't care. It's really strange. Like, normal people wouldn't be able to sleep at night, and they're like, perfect. Screw them all over. Love it. I'm so smart. So that's kind of like what Hex is. So Hex is kind of useless. Pulse Chain is also an Ethereum fork, and I think that's scammy as well, because they're even giving you the world's largest airdrop with like free USDC and stuff. And you can, like, the USDC thing, for example, if you have like 1 million USDC on your Ethereum wallet, then it will get like cloned on the Pulse Chain network. So that's his new thing, like his smart chain scam, right? But that's not possible because it's not like Circle, like the company that owns USDC, all of a sudden has $1,000 in reserve more or something. So it's just scammy. And Richard Hart is like, yeah, but people will just pump it to $1 per coin, whatever. But yeah, I don't know. I think Pulse Chain is gonna be the nail in the coffin for Richard Hart, to be honest, because it's just taking too long. People know too much, and you can't just play off people's crypto ignorance forever. And I think that's what Richard Hart is doing. But I do want to say I have massive respect for the guy, because he did do it. And I can't help but respect that. And people know what they buy. He even calls people stupid. Like, he just tells them. Like, come on, it's insane. So it's kind of, in my opinion, your own fault if you buy it, because you also, like, you see people that buy Hex, they all believe Richard Hart is some kind of god. And that's, if you talk like that, then to me, I'm like, yeah, okay, whatever. Like, you kind of deserve to get scammed at that point. But that's
I mean, you're following a cult leader. It's so obvious. You're the psychologist. I just had a gut feeling about that, and I saw a lot of red flags.
Yeah.
Talking about, I mean, I think people are naturally very gambly, especially now. You see, they want to buy a lottery. Now crypto is a new lottery.
Mm-hmm.
However, things will go down, and I'm not sure what the next thing will be, because you saw Luna, you saw Celsius as exchange. Do you think Tether might be the next one?
Okay, so Tether were under heavy fire back in the day. In the beginning, they were accused of like pumping Bitcoin all the way up to like 21,000 back in 2017. So in 2017, longing and shorting Bitcoin was a new thing. So Tether was kind of like, this was the accusation. that they were pumping Bitcoin and then dumping it, and simultaneously they were longing Bitcoin and shorting it. So it was kind of like insider trading stuff. But that has never really been proven, even after the court case and after they were sued and stuff. They got away with it, thank God, and they just had to pay a fine and stuff, and they couldn't really prove that Tether was like pegged to the dollar, like with a 1-on-1 ratio. So now on Bitfinex it says, it's backed by this and this and this and this and this, like all sorts of stuff. So I think Tether for now, like I think it's safe now, but it was like the craziest risk in crypto, to be honest. Also, if Tether goes down now, like as we speak, what is it? It's 2022 August. So USDC is kind of big. If you compare it to Tether, it almost has the same market cap. Like it has like 12 billion less dollars. So it's not almost the same, but it's fourth place in all of crypto, and Tether's third place. So I think if Tether goes down, then you have USD coin, you have Binance USD, and you have some other stable coins like DAI that can kind of like, people can just shift to that. So Bitcoin doesn't have to crash. But I do think a lot of scammy behavior has been done with Tether and Bitfinex back in the day. They were accused of being like a Ponzi scheme because you can lend out your money there and earn interest and stuff, but it's all peer-to-peer. That was like a new concept, and people thought that was like Ponzi-like. And Tether wasn't, in my opinion, I can't prove that, but I don't think it was 100% backed back in the day. I think the manipulation to 21K, I think Tether like played a massive role in that, to be honest. And also in going down again, like in Bitcoin going down, then you could just short it, for example. And I think there was like insider trading going on as well with like shorting Bitcoin from 21,000 back to 1,000 or something. I don't know where it went, to be honest. I forgot.
Yeah, it went all the way to 3,000. It was really
3,000 with the corona.
It's so
stuff.
sad for the people who bought on top and then sold it. Then it was all the way down because they thought it was going to zero, and then it goes up again.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I hope it goes up again. I still have investments, but every single day, I don't even follow every news into the detail, but I see this is a scam. That finance thing got to zero again. And I'm thinking there are some big exchanges like crypto.com. Yeah. And they are sponsoring the UFC. They bought the Staples Center. I always thought that if you're too big to fail, you cannot fail. But you saw what happened with Luna. Do you think that crypto.com can also crash? I mean, everything can crash, but how big is the chance?
Okay, so crypto.com is an interesting story because they started off as Monaco. That was their name. And I actually read that white paper, and I was part of the ICO of the Monaco thing. A lot of people were skeptical back then because they wanted to release the Visa cards, and everybody was like, that's never going to work. That did work. And with all of the money that they got from the Monaco ICO and stuff, they bought the domain name crypto.com. So crypto wasn't that big back then. It was kind of big, but not that big. So it was possible to like buy that domain for them in like 2018 or something. But the founder of crypto.com, you should just look him up and check out his backstory because it's not 100% kosher. That dude has some other companies that just burned down to the ground on his name. So you should definitely check that out. The whole lending and borrowing business model is where it can go wrong. So that's what happened to Celsius, for example, and to Voyager, because they just had the lending and the borrowing stuff, but they weren't really transparent about where the funds were going. So they just put it into very risky DeFi stuff. They were staking Ethereum, and that went wrong. That got depegged. The staked Ethereum got depegged from the Ethereum price. So they lost a lot of money, and then they were bankrupt, right? You have Nexo as well, and Nexo has like a transparent liquidity sheet. So you should definitely check out, like if you have any doubts about a certain platform, check out if they have like a transparent liquidity sheet, so you know what kind of money they have laying around in case stuff goes wrong. So you actually know the market cap, I guess, of the company. So you have to know their liquidity. Celsius didn't have any liquidity anymore. Voyager didn't have any liquidity anymore. That's why you can't withdraw your money. So they still owe you the money. It's kind of like you open up your bank app. It says it has $10,000, but the bank can't actually give it to you because they ran out of money because of a bank run. So the first people that withdrew all their money from Celsius, they got their money, but then there was a point that they didn't have any liquidity anymore. So Crypto.com, they have an exchange as well. And Nexo is also launching an exchange, I think. And they have other products. They also have the NFT stuff. They have, what else do they have? An exchange. Let's see. Let's go to Crypto.com. If you go to Crypto.com, you actually have the tab with the products. So it says app, NFTs, Crypto Earn, Crypto Credit, Crypto Pay, and some DeFi stuff as well. So they have a lot of income sources. But everything can fail in crypto. Okay, so if crypto goes to $0, yeah, if Bitcoin goes to zero, then I don't think that Crypto.com is necessarily gonna survive. But if you want to know for sure, you have to know their dollar balance sheet. Like if they're smart, and I think Crypto.com is not gonna go down. I think that's one of the safest places. But yeah, it's also regulated now because you can't get a high APR on the Crypto Earn thing anymore. That was just like a promo stunt. So yeah, maybe they can become too big to fail. But the problem with crypto companies is that crypto can fail. And then your company will just stop. So even if you have enough money to like pay to everybody, then you can still fail. So even if you can give everybody their money back, if crypto stops being a thing, then Crypto.com will also just stop because nobody will use it anymore. So I think that's also still an opportunity because you can make money when everything goes down. So you should definitely learn that. Like 100%. That's the most important skill in crypto, to be honest. If it goes down, take action and short everything because that's also an opportunity to get really wealthy. And why not? You don't actually... You're not doing a bad thing if you're smart and you know what the price of crypto is going to do. Yeah, you should just use that. So you just said you felt bad for people that lost money on the way down, but yeah, they also can learn how to make money on the way down. So if you like spread your assets in the right way, there's like no way you can lose money in crypto because you can just earn money with your dollars or your euros and use that to buy cryptos that are low and then speculate on those. But also have your regular assets, your stable coins, your fiat, that stuff, or maybe even synthetic stocks or whatever. So stocks on the blockchain, you can just be pretty safe in crypto and still take advantage of the heavy price movements, either up or down. It doesn't really matter.
I notice with crypto, it's sometimes it goes so fast. It goes so fast. Yeah. You know, like half a year ago, the world was totally different in crypto than now. Yeah. And since last year, there's even a meme going on. You either die a hero or you live long enough to sell an NFT. I want your honest opinion because, yeah, of course, let's not say JPEGs and NFT and stuff like that. But I mean, yes, we have the technology. I know about that. But really, do we need NFTs? What is your opinion about that?
Okay, so NFTs, the non-fungible token things, there was this hype with profile pictures. So NFTs are in its infancy. Like, it's just a new thing, right? And people are saying NFTs are JPEGs and stuff because of the profile picture hype thing. So you had like CryptoPunks, for example. Those were just randomly generated images, like 10,000 of them or something. I don't know if they were randomly generated, by the way, CryptoPunks. I think so. Not sure. But anyway, he had like 10,000 individual pixel pictures. And those were sold for like pretty cheap. And then it was a hype, and then it just went building up and up and up and up and up. So that's kind of like, I don't know, people really valuing cool stuff like sneakers or something, right? Or I don't know, maybe a certain video game that just goes up in price, and then somebody else buys it for like $1 more, and then another one buys it for $1 more, and then that's just an infinite. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if I'd call it a Ponzi or whatever, but it's just people will just pay more for something cool. So that's what NFTs were all about in the beginning. But real NFTs, like, they can have a use case. So, for example, I create music, and I can like create an NFT around my song, for example. And if it gets 1 million plays, and you have like 10% revenue share because of an NFT like that you own, that I made, like all of the money that I get because of this song being on the radio and stuff, you get 10% of that. So then you have a different kind of NFT, right? Or if you have an NFT that will like make you the owner of a certain house. So it's just a certificate or something. Then it's actually pretty interesting that you can only have one of those NFTs, right? So if I want to own this house digitally or whatever in the future, so it's still speculative. So if I buy a house in the future and I get a unique NFT because of that just represents my ownership of the house, then that's a lot cheaper than like signing contracts and like paying fees for, the people that sell the houses and stuff, all the real estate people. So that way it actually has a use case. So NFTs can also be interesting in games. Like in Fortnite, for example, you have certain skins. You can turn those into NFTs if you want to, and then just send them around and create an economy based on that. And that's fine. That will just work. So it can make the world an easier place, but it's still speculative again. So we don't know for sure if that's going to be the business model, but it can be. And people actually hyping up the profile pictures and stuff because you can use it on Twitter, like check out my profile pic, and you can like authenticate on Twitter that it's actually yours in your hardware wallet and stuff. You get like a little check mark. That's cool and all, but you're just paying to flex. But people do pay to flex. I mean, look at Apple. So people do that, but I think the profile picture NFT stuff like put NFTs in a crazy bubble. And most people that are into NFTs, they don't really know what NFTs are. They don't really know about that it can be used in music or real estate or whatever. So if you ever invite an NFT guy, just ask him, how can you use NFTs in the music industry? And if he doesn't have an answer, then you know he's just full of shit.
That's true. I actually heard Michael Saylor say, and he's a Bitcoin maxi, that that this is also like a comparison. And I'm not sure if he said that, but there was a meme. If Putin has an NFT of Ukraine, the war will be over. And people were like, that's not an NFT. And someone else was like, that's exactly an NFT.
That's exactly what it is.
And it's the same with this house over here. I have it on paper. I can have it on NFT. But if someone comes here, they steal me, they kill me, they have my house, then yeah, the paper and all that doesn't matter. With Bitcoin, you have the possibility to give it to your generations. You can give it to your kids, for example. The only thing you need is a code, for example. So that's a really beautiful thing. And NFTs, I do understand the concept of, like what you said, revenue sharing. That's pretty good. Are there other ways that people can actually make money with the blockchain technology? Because there's play to earn, there's get paid to use, like the Bitcoin and the pre-search to research something. You had the whole playlist with that. I can put it down.
True. Yeah.
And from my perspective, the amount that you get is actually enough to live in a third world country. But yeah, it's not much for other people, I guess. But can you tell me more about that?
So let's see. So you were talking about pre-search. That's like a search engine for yeah, your computer, you can use that. And every time that you search, you get a little bit of their coin. And that coin you can sell again. If you sell that, you can actually earn some money. So maybe what you're saying is correct. So you can maybe like live off of that in a third world country, but it's not like the price that that coin has, that's not fixed. So you don't know for sure what the price is going to be tomorrow. So you will just get the coin again and you just speculate on that coin. So I wouldn't like burn all of your boats and just go on the pre-search grind, right? But you can earn some free tokens that you can sell for money. And as long as crypto is pretty around these levels, so Bitcoin at 24,000, for example, then yeah, those altcoins can earn you a little bit of money. Also with the BAT token, yeah, if you download Brave, that's like a Chrome fork. So it's kind of like Chrome. But you can earn money because you look at ads. So you get paid for your attention. And on pre-search, you get paid for your search data. And usually that data gets like, if you like search on Google, they just collect the data and they sell it to like big data companies and stuff. So you provide the data, but you don't get paid. So yeah, there is a lot of money to be made in those, on those protocols, but it's not like crazy amounts because they're capped as well. You can like search 10 times per day, I think, and you get like, I don't know, 2 ads per hour or something on Brave, or maybe 10 max. So there's always a maximum. I don't know. The play to earn thing, it's also pretty interesting, but are you really providing value to society by playing that game, for example? So if everybody's going to do that, I don't know. It's a nice side hustle thingy. You can like screw around with that, and it can turn out great if you are early. So for example, I was really early with DeFi Kingdoms, and I got a lot of those governance tokens, but they also like they went down again, so you have to sell on time. So there's a lot of stuff that like that you have to know about if you don't want to screw up your life. For most people, crypto is best as a side hustle, I think, and just focus on getting money from somewhere else and maybe put that into crypto every now and then a little bit. But for some people that have my personality, for example, I think going all in is way better. But not everybody's like that.
Because you're also smarter than most people. Most people will find something on the internet. They see a super farm, they see imposters, and I'm like, people are still gambling in this, and they kind of know that it's not good. And yeah, what are actually the big scam coins at this moment? Because back in the last year it was SafeMoon.
Yeah.
What is the biggest one these days?
Now you also have SafeMoon Inu now. That's like a game or something. And I don't know. There are a lot of Inu coins. So for some reason, it's because of Dogecoin. There was this whole hype around dog coins. So you can just create your coin in like 5 minutes. I can go to Google right now and create a coin. It's easiest on the Binance Smart Chain. That's why most scams are on the Binance Smart Chain. But you can also create a coin on Ethereum or whatever, but there are just more fees on Uniswap. And most people that want to get rich quick, they don't want to pay fees. So you can just use Binance Smart Chain. So every time that you see a BNB coin and it has like a weird name or something, it's probably a scam. But if you can figure out if a coin has a use case or not, that's the most important thing. Because if it doesn't, then it's probably a scam. It's pretty hard to say when something's a scam or not. So Shiba Inu is kind of like a good example. So it's like ranked 12. And it started out as complete and utter, like nothing. It was just a meme to see if they could like replicate the whole Dogecoin hype thing. Because Dogecoin was like pumped up by Wall Street bets and stuff. And then some guy made Shiba Inu. It was a scam in my opinion, but now they have a product. So that's kind of weird, right? So it started out as a scam, and now they're actually building stuff because of the money that they got from the scam. And now it's actually turning legit, But I still don't think it's a really good project. But they do have a marketplace. They do have some NFT stuff. They do have stuff developing. And because of the money that they got, they actually have a lot of capital to like develop a product. And is it a scam if you have a product? Well, yeah, well, not really, I guess. So it's kind of weird. So scams can turn into like legit coins. And the other way around is also a thing. Like Terra, for example, like a legit project can also turn into a scam if it goes all the way, if it just goes wrong. But it's a really hard question because I don't know. Was Terra a scam? It's speculative, right? It was some speculative new technology. They wanted to fix some stuff in DeFi. They wanted to do the algorithmic stablecoin stuff, and they failed. But is that a scam? Yeah, maybe it is. But you did have a product. You invested in that product. The product failed. It was a speculative product. Is it a scam? I don't think so. If you buy Bitcoin now, it goes to zero. Is Bitcoin a scam? I don't think so. But a lot of people do think so. They're like, oh, I put my money in there and it went to zero. Scam, 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 scam. But that's not really the definition of a scam. A scam is just you just buy something and there's like no product whatsoever. There's like nothing. And you actually get drained. Like people actually want to steal your money. I don't know.
Yeah, it's sometimes difficult for people to notice that, even for people on our level who are like years in crypto. Funny enough, most people, if they are new in crypto, they would just go to the bigger persons because they think like, who are we? We are not that legit, because if we were legit, we had millions of followers, right? For the few people who are watching us instead of them, can you maybe say out loud, if you want to, which people you should absolutely not follow?
Okay, I think BitBoy Crypto doesn't really know what he's talking about. Just saying it. I don't like the guy. Okay, I think he's kind of I don't know. He just jumps onto the hype. He just reads news sites every day and he just says that stuff. Okay, sure, fine. It's too hypey, you know. So I don't like that content. Chico Crypto, I think, is a good guy and a really smart guy, but the dude is a bit cynical and he can be a bit bitter sometimes. So he's a bit conspiracy theory likey, you know? So if you can filter that out of his content, like his own personal attitude, and just get straight to the facts, then it's good content. I think Ivan on Tech is like the best. Not gonna lie. I like that guy. That dude always has been really transparent and really he didn't rely on fake information. He just hyped everybody up, like, welcome to Good Morning Crypto, yeah, and he used that to like get attention. So he had the good info. Then there are also these guys like The Moon and Crypto M. What's his name? MM Crypto or something, like those two guys that are in Dubai. And they just long and short Bitcoin. And they kind of like want you to sign up to their Bybit Femex link so bad. Like like they don't even create content because they want to. I don't know. They are really into the luxurious lifestyle of Dubai and all that stuff. And I kind of think that's a bit sad. I don't like that idea. I don't like that mindset. And that's why I don't listen to those people, for example.
I don't trust people who buy Bugattis either. There's also like, shady in it.
Yeah, it's just weird. I don't know. I'm not the type of guy that wants to like buy Rolexes or stuff with my cash. I just don't really care. I do want more experiences and all that stuff, but it's not like, look at me being rich and blah, blah. I just don't really like that energy. And that's why, like The Moon also lost like $1 million or something on the Luna thing. And I'm like, if you are that much of a professional, why do you do that stuff? You know, like you should be better than that. But he doesn't care because he gets a lot of money off of the Bybit affiliates and stuff. So I don't really think that's a nice thing to do, right? It just doesn't. Like morally, I think it's lame. So I don't really want to take advice from people that I don't like in terms of how they live their life. You know. So and also that Martini guy, I think, is really good as well. That's also a nice content creator. I think that's also a smart dude, knows what he's talking about. And he just takes advantage. He takes advantage of the markets. That's what I do as well. and I think that's fine as well. So yeah, we live in capitalism. If you want to earn some money, you got to play the game, I guess.
We are on the birthplace of capitalism, but even here in the Netherlands, we still don't mess over people. I noticed it started out in the US, but now it's everywhere in the world, I guess. The internet makes everything so small.
Yeah.
Back in the days, you were looking at the fear and greed index. When it went down, you bought. When people were in fear, you buy it. But I've seen the fear and greed index go down to 6 out of 100. And at that point, it just got lower and lower. It just didn't go up for months. And I'm like, is that still a thing these days? I mean, yeah.
Yeah, I think so. Like, if you do what everybody's doing, you won't make money. It's just basic psychology, to be honest. People experience FOMO all the time. If Bitcoin goes to 25K now or 30K, there will be a point, maybe it's 35K, 45K, who cares? There will be a point that you will get in again because you're like, oh, we'll go to 100K, let's go. And it's just how people work. So if it goes up, if number goes up, people buy. And if number goes down, people sell. That's just what it is. So if people are really fearful, then most people have sold their coins. And if you buy, so if you would have bought in that extreme fear, Bitcoin was like, what was it? 17K or something. That was like June 18th. So yeah, you could say whatever you want, but right now we are at like 24K, and we are 2 months, in the future. So there was a lot of money to be made. That's like 7K difference per Bitcoin, and that's just by applying the basic rule: buy when people are fearful and sell when they're greedy. So right now we are in fear. We're not in extreme fear. So it's at 41 now. We are in fear. I think yesterday or the day before that, it was at neutral or something. But if it just goes to greed again, you can just sell. And that it's really, it's not that hard because it's speculative, because all of crypto is speculative. The name of the game literally is buy low, sell high. And that sounds scammy, but it isn't. It's just nuanced, and you're in a speculative market. So yeah, I still think it applies, definitely.
Yeah, because you see when it's very greedy, you even see your boomer colleagues talk about buying pancake swap, and you're like, okay, at this point I really need to sell because something happens. And yeah, for new people, they should definitely know that. Is there something what you will tell to people who are new in the game? Like, let's say you just turned 18, you've heard about this crypto thing, goes up, goes down. What would you advise them? Like, what would you do if you were new now?
Go to my Discord. No, but yeah, if I were new, I'd just do the same, to be honest. Just get some exposure in the markets, because that's going to be your study, right? So if you get some skin in the game, you will pay attention. So just buy some Bitcoin, buy some Ethereum. I would just start with Bitcoin and Ethereum, to be honest, and just see what the charts do. Just start there. Learn how to short and how to long. That's something you really do have to know. So study a bit before actually putting your money in there, because you can also use a demo account to learn how to long and to short. You should just have the skills. Focus on the skills. Focus on understanding what a candlestick chart is. Like the basics first. Then you just get some exposure, not too much. So you just know what the price is going to do. You just look at the chart. You kind of get a feeling for that stuff. You get a feeling for market cycles and stuff. Be sure to like consume at least one piece of crypto content per day. So it kind of like becomes, it just has to become part of your routine. You kind of want to know what's up with the news or something. And if you are following crypto, yeah, you kind of want to know what's going on in that world, right? So make that a habit. And yeah, I'm not kidding. Just come to my Discord, like for real, and just check out my YouTube channel, check out all of the free stuff that I have over there. And also other YouTubers, etc. Just try to also understand the whole stablecoin thing, because a good portfolio has 50% stablecoins and 50% crypto coins, and most portfolios have like all random altcoins. So just be careful that you don't put all of your eggs in one basket. And I think that's some beginner advice.
Yes, and beginners will also follow the latest trends. What do you think the new trends are? I've heard about this real yield nodes thingy, the ZK layer. What are the latest trends in crypto?
The real yield thing is definitely a new trend. To be honest, that's true. It just goes under the radar. People are not really paying that much attention to crypto right now. People just don't really care. But real yield is a new invention or a new idea to like rebuild decentralized finance. So in the past, it was like you just invest a lot of capital in liquidity mining, you get all of the governance tokens, and then there would be people that would have a lot of those tokens, and then they would unlock and they would dump it, and all of those tokens would go to zero, etc. And with real yield, they are trying to like pay you out in either Bitcoin or Ethereum or dollars, whatever. So that's, it's kind of like a dividend, right? So the whole idea is that you invest money in a certain dApp, and then you kind of get a dividend yield. That's the idea. But there's still a lot of problems there with that. It's still based on the governance tokens. Usually you have to like stake the governance tokens and then you get the real yield. But if the governance tokens go down in value, then you won't get a lot of Ethereum because you're just staking, I don't know, $10 at a certain point. So there are still a lot of problems there, but they are definitely developing that stuff. And if that gets like perfected, then there will be a new narrative for crypto, right? And we always need new narratives. So in bear markets, technology gets developed, and in bull markets, people have heard about it and that it works. So the last cycle was like DeFi 1.0, 2.0, NFTs, and then it dipped, and then we had a little second cycle that was kind of weird, but that was because of all of the influencers. So Post Malone, Eminem, Matt Damon and stuff getting in, and we had a double top last cycle, and that's rare. That's really rare, but that's just because of it becoming so mainstream that you kind of had the same market cycle twice, but a bit delayed, I guess. And now it's just going down again. So now we need new development. We need new stuff. Terra went down. We need a replacement for that. Are we going to go on with the algorithmic stablecoins or not? Blah, blah, blah. And Celsius and Voyager. So people they've lost faith in crypto. But this is the time to get in because people lost faith. And that's why you should get in, because a lot of people are still working on crypto every day. And there will be technical developments. So if NFTs like destroy Spotify, then a lot of new people will get into crypto. A lot of artists will get into crypto. If Ethereum goes to Ethereum 2.0 with the merge and stuff, which is happening in September 19th or 16th.
Can you tell more
that
about
will also
the
be
merging?
A good thing for crypto. Sorry?
Can you tell more about the Ethereum merging? That's also like what hypes up a little bit of crypto now. There's a dip up because of the merging. Oh, what is that actually?
Okay. So there's kind of like a relief rally right now. That's the dip up, I guess. True, but it doesn't really mean that it can still go down. But Ethereum, it always was. It used proof of work just like Bitcoin. So you need hardware to mine the coin and check out if the transactions are legitimate, etc., etc. So everybody has to download the blockchain data on their PC or hardware. And they have to run these calculations, which is really bad for the environment, to be honest. That's true. There are ways around that, but it doesn't really matter. Like if you can just fix it, that's even better, right? So Ethereum wants to move to proof of stake, and that's a mining. How can I say this in like simple terms? It's like a mining alternative to proof of work. So you don't need all that hardware. You don't need all of that electricity. You can just stake your coins. So you just freeze them, actually. And that way you can protect the network. I won't get into the details, but you protect the network by staking. And you also mine transactions and stuff. So right now you have the original Ethereum chain that still uses proof of work. And you also have the beacon chain. And that's like the chain where they started staking Ethereum. And they were testing a lot on there. And they will come together. Like both chains will come together, and then it will just transform into a proof of stake chain. So that has to go flawlessly, or a lot of people will lose money. So they've been testing that, delaying it. And it's kind of like a crazy technical feat that it can merge. But normal people don't really care. They're like, oh, they're just going to merge, whatever. But for nerds or programmers or people that are into code, it's like a crazy event, right? It's like, oh, how can you do that? But the regular investors don't really care. It's just like, yeah, they're going to merge, whatever. It's just going to be proof of stake. It will probably all be fine. Don't really care about the technicals. It will merge. It will be proof of stake. So you will earn also a yearly APR if you stake Ethereum in future. And they released the beacon chain, so you could already do that, with Ethereum still being proof of work. And yeah, that's kind of what it is. So they just want to go to one chain, and they want Ethereum to be proof of stake. Ethereum right now has an infinite maximum supply. And every time that you like mine a block, new Ethereum gets minted as like block rewards, etc. So it will just get printed and printed and printed. But with proof of stake, Ethereum will have a capped supply. So it will there will not be an infinite amount of Ethereum anymore. So it will become more rare. And on top of that, Ethereum is also getting burned. Like right now, it's also getting burned. But after the merge, more Ethereum will be burned than new Ethereum that gets created, if you know what I mean. So the supply will go down slowly, and that will make Ethereum deflationary in terms of price.
But that's the same with the Polygon.
Yeah.
It got also deflationary like half a year ago.
Yeah,
the price is still low. But then again, the whole crypto has gone low.
True.
But you would definitely think if something is deflationary, it would go up. I'm not sure.
It will. It will go up if the market cap also goes up. So if it will become deflationary, it just means that the supply is at a cap, and that there's some stuff being burned. So the supply maybe even gets a bit less. But if the market cap goes down, then it doesn't really matter. So if market cap goes down faster than coins being reduced and stuff, then it doesn't really matter. The price will still be crap, because the price per coin is just the market cap divided by the circulating supply. But if the market cap just dries out, then coin can still be worthless.
You're an expert in this field. A lot of people got mental health issues because they invest so much time, energy, and especially money into crypto. I don't even want to think about what people did with themselves after Luna, and also last year when they got so excited that they got their whole family into it, and the whole parents' retirement funds. What advice would you give these people?
Yeah. So the people that already have mental health problems?
Yeah, I mean, look, you're an expert in it. I never had any mental health issues, at least not that I know of. But a lot of people, they will hurt themselves if something like crypto will go down. So What can you give advice to the people who are already in that situation, and for people who might come into that situation and who are now watching us?
Yeah, okay. So if you already are experiencing mental health problems because of crypto, then you are too invested in it, right? You are too invested in it, maybe with your money, but also like mentally. And you just make that too big a part of your personality and your self-worth. So you should just get out of crypto for a while and get some stable income, because mental instability, it also comes from regular instability in your life. If you don't know what you can expect next month in terms of the money coming in, or if you can even buy food or like pay your rent, then it's not that weird that you will get mental health problems. That's pretty logical, right? So there are some things that you can fix in your life that will actually help you defend against mental health problems. So just get your money in order, like without crypto, just get a job or something. It doesn't really matter where. Don't listen to the whole McDonald's is shameful if you work there, whatever. Maybe you should go work at McDonald's and like get a steady paycheck, especially if you have nothing else in life, and try to build some skills and be at least a bit happy about, you know, the way you are proceeding. So every day you kind of want to be better than the day before. And I think you should find a way to do that, right? Like apart from crypto, so you can build your personality up from there. And then crypto should be a little sauce on top. It should, like, that's why I'm saying, like, for most people, it's more of a side hustle thing. Like, if you don't take care of your mental health and you go screw around with your future and your money in crypto, oh my God, like, it's just, you're just gambling, right? So maybe you're just addicted to crypto. Also check if you are. Like, if you are, then you should like definitely quit for a while and maybe come back with a clear view, right? I think there's always hope, and like even if you are at rock bottom, you have nothing to lose. You can do whatever you want. So just get a shitty job somewhere and just earn some money, because you know what you will have at the end of the month, and just build it up again. Don't lose hope. Don't get bitter, but always get better. I know it's hard. And even if you have a lot of trouble with it, just, I don't know, try meditating as well. Try eating clean, drinking water, all that stuff. Have a good schedule. Like if you wake up, have a rhythm to your day, eat at the same times, sleep whenever, and that will like boost your mental health, and exercise as well. So there are a lot of things you can do that don't require any money to like boost your mental health. And I think a lot of people should do that, especially right now with like the in this information era that we are living in, because distraction is definitely everywhere. You have TikTok over here, you have YouTube over here, you have Instagram, you have Snapchat, you have whatever Kim Kardashian's doing over there, and you just get distracted all the time. And never forget that we are the first, like I'm 31 years old. My generation, the millennials, is kind of like the first generation that gets confronted with this much technology and distraction, and being able to sit inside the house all day, having junk food everywhere, and being hypnotized into believing that everybody can get rich like that with one good crypto trade. And that's also like a product of having no patience at all. It's just instant gratification, instant gratification. Let me buy Shiba. Let me become a millionaire. And then what are you going to do with that money then? Are you just going to, I don't know, eat Cheetos all day with that money? Why do you even want the money? Just answer all of those questions before you start chasing money. Never chase money. Let the money just come to you. And if you don't, because of your skills, if you don't have those skills yet, do a part-time job or full-time, whatever. That doesn't require a lot of skill. There's work everywhere right now. Nobody wants to work. If you want to work, there are jobs everywhere. Everybody's searching for employment, you know, so for people to employ. So there's a lot of options, but yeah, you need to have a little bit of backbone and don't be in life for the short term. Like, don't chase the short-term gratification. It won't work. Maybe sometimes it'll work, like if you're lucky with like Hex or something, but you know, it's usually it's not a way to like live your life. Like, oh yeah, one day that magical thing is gonna happen. It's not real.
That's an amazing way to end this. How can people find your course, your Discord, and everything? I will put all the links down. because you're coming up with a
Cool.
new course, right? Because you're an expert
Yeah.
in it, and you can help people get even to the
Yeah,
next level.
yeah. True. So I'm shooting a course right now. I think that will be done in September. You can follow me on Instagram. That's Martin Garden Crypto. You can subscribe to my YouTube channel. That's also Martin Garden Crypto. YouTube.com/Martin Garden Crypto. And the Discord is in all of my video descriptions, but also here, probably. So yeah, just go to youtube.com/Martin Garden Crypto. You'll find everything there. And I will keep you posted about the courses and the coaching. You can already do one-on-one coaching if you want. I have a Calendly link also on my YouTube channel and my Instagram. And that's it.
Thank you, brother. I appreciate it coming. I follow you for such a long time. I wanted to share you with the world as well and my audience.
Thanks, man. That's really humbling. And yeah, thanks for inviting me. It was a pleasure.
Enjoy.